Don't blink, it's your boy Ying. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well because we're having a fantastic day. Um, we just made we just made the planning. Sorry, the tower. We just made the planning for the day for the video that we're gonna do, and I was preparing the videos, and I wanted to make a video today. Not today. I think this week, however, is 7 years where we lost our beloved Chester Bennington. Who was Chester Bennington? And it's gonna be an emotional video, so you might see me react in a different fashion, act in a different fashion. We're just gonna check out the tower. Sorry if that's insensitive, but hey, we need to be doing shit, right? So yeah, so Chester Bennington was the lead singer of Linkin Park. Linkin Park was a band that was huge for the 90s. If you were born in the 90s, chances are you've sang some Linkin Park. Linkin Park was a band. Sorry, we're doing the tower. Was a band that really changed a lot of life. You see, the 90s were very, very special. There wasn't a lot of artists that came out. So the 90s, why they were doing that, why there were not a lot of artists coming out, is because most of those had to go through radio. There wasn't YouTube, there wasn't Google, there wasn't Spotify. The only way to know a band was to produce an album, and hopefully the radio will play it, right? And Linkin Park, I have to talk about Linkin Park because I think Chester was an amazing person, but I think we most people know him as this singer for Linkin Park, and I feel like it's it's a it makes me sad because 7 years ago we lost him. So Linkin Park, I remember being in daycare. Yeah, possibly grade 9, possibly grade 10. My parents were finishing too late to pick me up right after school, so I would go to daycare. And I remember there was two type of music being played, Eminem and Linkin Park, and it wasn't so much, oh, you like this artist, I like this artist, or no, it was about this is a good artist, right? And Eminem and Linkin Park were both great artists. I was very lucky. I was very lucky to be born in the 90s. It was amazing music. When I look back at the song that I listen to nowadays, most of them are from Linkin Park. Most of them are from the 90s. Sorry, I'm listening to a lot of Three Day Grace, which is again the 90s. I'm listening to a lot of Linkin Park, which is 90s. Listening to a lot of Evanescence. It's kind of crazy. When I came out, I should have done this video right now. Somebody was playing the song "My Immortal" by Evanescence, which was a 90s group, right? So let's go back to Chester Bennington. Linkin Park. Why was it so good? It was because of two key factors. It was the birth. Linkin Park. I feel like it's a part of timing. Timing is so important in every sphere of life. Linkin Park came at a time where metal was kind of seen as this old, boring, constantly done stuff, and people were like, ugh. Kind of the same thing with metals. So they created new metal, right? And new metal was then like System of a Down. Was Linkin Park was a huge part of it, right? Breaking Benjamin, Sum 41. It was really, really huge. Even Motion and White right now. But coming back to this, new metal was new, and the success of Linkin Park was not only Chester Bennington. Let's be honest. There was another guy called Mike Shinoda. Now, my perception over the years has changed, right? I always preferred Chester because Chester was pure talent. However, the reason why those two were so good together was the classic combat of talent versus hard work. Chester has this talent. He has a beautiful voice. He could scream. My first song of screaming was that. The first scream I heard was Linkin Park, and it changed my life because for so long I listened to metal, right? And he was talented. He had this beautiful voice. He had this beautiful way of talking, of singing, right? A lot of people are constantly obsessed with Meteora and Aberturi, which was the first two songs. But if you're looking at the third album they released, Minute to Midnight, Shadow of the Day. There's Shadow of the Day. There's also New Divide, which was part of the Transformer. And if you listen to New Divide as an album, sure, Meteora and Victory were better. But Minute to Midnight, if you listen to this is not the end, this is not the beginning, it's just a voice in my head. Even leave out all the rest. When my time come, forget the wrong that I've done. Let me leave behind some reason to be missed. Don't resent me, and when you're feeling empty, Keep me in your memories, leave out all the rest. See, that was Minute to Midnight, right? And then you had New Divide, which was a song that was played in Transformer. So give me reason to prove me wrong. See, I don't think there's a band that I know more than Linkin Park. I don't think there's a band I cared more for than Linkin Park. I often say Falling in Reverse is my favorite band, but even Falling in Reverse, which I started listening to, I was 22. And I'm 31 right now, by the way. Even Falling in Reverse didn't have this impact that Linkin Park did. Mike Shinoda always came in, and Mike Shinoda created another band, which was Fort Minor. So you can remember them for remember the name. You can see them for Fort Kanji. Where'd you go? I miss you so, and now it's gone forever. But you've been cold. Where'd you go? I miss you so. That's Mike Shinoda, baby. Mike Shinoda was a rapper, but he was super talented. And Chester, the thing is, he was a brilliant lyricist. He was an amazing vocalist. But Mike Shinoda came in, and the two together was constantly about rap. And when you look at new metal, that's what it is. If you look at band like Sum 41, I don't know if I would call Sum 41, but if you look at Judy Grace, part of the reason they were so famous was because of Adam Gauthier. You look at song, I Hate Everything About You, Mr. Riot, Home. I'll be coming home just to be alone. No matter how hard I try, never satisfied. This is not a home I wish. I'm better off alone. You always disappear. This is for Chester, by the way. See, the fact that those musicians, and it sucks because I kind of gave up on them. There was Minute to Midnight that I didn't especially like. The thing with Minute to Midnight, I loved a lot of songs of them, but I didn't like every song. And it's just to show you that the pure talent of Falling Reverse of Linkin Park. I want to say, honestly, 3-4 years has passed. 3 or 4 years has passed. I not now. I'm talking about I want to say 2015. I probably stopped listening to them at 2012, right? I fell in love with Mac Miller, so I stopped listening to Linkin Park, and in 2015 I was working at A&W, and A&W I would work nights, and it was hard. It was really really hard, because I would finish after the boss was there. So I had to wait for 5 hours till the bus come back. I was working for 8 hours. We were waiting for 5 hours. I was doing an hour and a half to come and an hour and a half to go. Now most of the time I wasn't doing anything, but it took me all my time. So I didn't have Wi-Fi. I bought a couple of DVDs. One of those DVDs was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And just to showcase how good Linkin Park is, if you listen to the album, right? At the end of the album, there's a song called Powerless. Even if I haven't listened to Linkin Park in 3 years, I was able to recognize that Linkin Park. I was able to recognize Chester's voice. See, Linkin Park has this huge impact on me. Linkin Park, I'm gonna have to repeat myself, but why I love them so much was pure talent. First of all, pure talent was the reason. I listened to In the End, Somewhere I Belong. I was numb, crawling in my skin from the inside. Number 9, Figure 9, Faint, Breaking the Habits. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. Wanna know the answers, no more lie. Don't say forget your memory. Think every day from the inside. Throw it all away, 'cause I came from the inside. Stay Away. No, that's Steph. I'll fucking reverse. Yeah, Chester was haunted, dude. And Linkin Park, why? Sorry, I got off track. I'm emotional. I'm telling you guys, I'm emotional today. It started out with the 6,000 followers on TikTok. Thank you so much. But it also became 7 years since Chester left us. And the good thing about the Linkin Park was I first fell in love with them, right? I first fell in love with them. The talent. I didn't even know what they were saying. I spoke French. I didn't speak English, right? And then time passed. And I rediscovered them. I was listening to them hardcore at 12, 13, because I was in I was in school. They were playing the music. Then I fell in love with Eminem. I was just listening to rap, right? And time passed, time passed, and I found this game. Well, not so much game. It's called a series, and I found this series, and that series was, ladies and gentlemen, Kingdom Hearts. Now, most of you guys know where I'm going with this. Most of you guys have lived this exact situation multiple times. Fell in love with Kingdom Hearts, and I fell in love with something called AMV, which was an anime music video. And Kingdom Hearts, a lot of people were making music with Linkin Park in them. The first one I saw was Bleed It Out, and I still remember that. And that was 20 years ago. That was almost 20 years ago. And see, I fell in love back in Linkin Park. I said, why did I ever stop listening to them? And at that time, I started listening or learning English. Linkin Park was, again, and it sucks because I made this video before. I made this video very similarly before. I'm going to be adding some stuff to make it different. But I keep on repeating the same story, and that story is that Linkin Park was possibly one of the first bands I truly looked to understand the lyrics. I truly wanted to understand Chester. Man, it's not because Mike Shinoda wasn't talented, but because Chester had this voice that transmitted pain. He had his voice, which was vocalization of hurt. It was, you could feel the emotion in there. With Mike, it was just talent. He was like, wow, you got good bars. But I wasn't feeling the emotion, right? It's like a paranoid. Watching over and back, it's like a can't win. Dude, it's amazing. Paper Cut. And again, they were doing so much different song. One step closer, because I'm one step closer to the end. And I'm about to break everything you say to me. Fuck. And then I lost touch with them. And Chester unalive himself. And Chester, nobody knew about this because Chester was such a good person. He was someone that helps a lot of people. He seemed happy. There's a video of him with his family a couple of days before and he was happy, right? And I remember, oh my god, I remember like yesterday. The reaction with Chester, artists, big names, the whole music industry was trying. Because Chester was such an important part, an intricate part of the identity of music. Right? It was an intricate part. Linkin Park, man, Linkin Park, man, fuck. And it was a shame. And when you look at it, when he was giving us hints the whole time, leave out all the rest. When my time comes, get the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reason to be missed. Don't resent me when you're feeling empty. Or the last song he released, One More Light. Who cares if one more light goes out? This song, man. And the best thing about it is, I love Linkin Park so much because of one thing they did about a year ago. They released a song called Lost, and Lost was supposed to be a meteor rap, but they had a similar song and they didn't want it to put out. And they made Chester alive with AI. So this is the video that we're making, but now let's make it different, right? Chester is a prime example of the stress and the pressure and the weight that you have to carry when you're a musician, when people are looking up to you. Chester was able to help thousands with his music, but he wasn't able to help himself. Chester was doing show and he should have been taking care of his mental health. Chester was constantly in the studio when he should have been with his family, you know? Took a toll on the guy. Chester was never able to heal his wound as a kid when he was abused. And I wish people helped him. Because he helped a lot of people. And that's why we made a video we're gonna make a video about laws of what should we call it? I'm emotional right now. Sorry, guys. Equivalent exchange, and it sucks because Chester was a leadership. Chester was the definition of being strong. See, a lot of people are saying, "Hey, unaliving yourself is the coward way out," but Chester was strong. Strong. He endured pain for years and years and years. Knew fame more than anybody will know, and it didn't heal him. He had more money than he could spend. Didn't heal him. There's this video with James Corden where they hear him sing in the car, and you see him laughing and joking around, and he looks so happy. I miss him. No, I don't think there's an artist I miss as much as him. I've missed Mac Miller for a while. I've missed Juice WRLD for a little bit. Cause when I learned about Juice WRLD, when I started listening to Juice WRLD, he was dead. So, but Chester, 37 years, it still hurts, you know. And he was strong, dude. And it's like, no, this guy is gonna be unaliving himself. He's happy. He looks happy, and it makes you realize that sometimes you should have to be there for your friends. Sometimes you have to be there for other humans. Sometimes you have to be human. Such a nightmare. It's such a nightmare because we're putting yourself into a situation. We're putting yourself in a situation where this guy was able to help people and nobody helped him. I don't know. It sucks. This guy had so much burden and was able to cover. And then you understand that depression is so much more complicated. This guy was depressed before he met his wife. Still got married. This guy was depressed before he had his kid. Still has kids. See? He was able to function. I think that's important. I think that's really fucking important. At the end, we remember the sacrifice we made, not the success we had. Makes me sad, man. Makes me really sad. No. Rest in peace, Chester. Thank you for years of music. Thank you for years of entertainment. Thank you for years of being a good person, strong enough. Here's to years more. And your first Chester.